Good evening. My name's Stephen Brian Abbott, and I was born in Farnborough, down in Hampshire. Many people might not know that. You might not know that my middle name is Brian, with a Y. But yeah, I was born in Hampshire, Farnborough. Moved up here to Scotland when I was 14 months old. I'm the oldest brother of 3, and I grew up in a Christian family home. Church of Scotland, based in East End of Glasgow, where my dad still lives. Had a great life. Came to be a Christian about the age of 13, 14, 15, something like that, mid-teens. I've had a great, I can't argue, I've had a good family upbringing. Things have been good. Had my fair share of going off the rails, as you usually do around about your teens. But I'm a family man, and I'm somebody who has not grown up with having a definitive goal in life. I think the best thing I can talk about is how it's not been a straightforward, I want to be an astronaut or I want to be an engineer. I think the biggest thing I ever wanted to be was a policeman. And interestingly, some of my background has given me a sense of authority. So it's been interesting to not, as some people would say, be pigeonholed, to be a certain job role and a certain title and go down that path and just have your whole life shaped around, your education and other things, just following a path. So it's been kind of interesting because I've done all sorts. I have been, throughout my career and my life, I've worked in retail for many years, worked in lighting departments, produce departments, shoe shops, hardware stores, things like that. I've worked in telesales. I've been an au pair. Many of you will not know I've been an au pair, a nanny in America. I was over there for about 2.5 years. And I've also been a youth pastor and a pastor of a church along with my wife. So I've been many things, and in many of my jobs I can do lots of roles. I can take care of finances, I can do IT, I can do very many things. I'm one of these people that's very practical. Many people will know me as, so I sometimes put hashtags in my Facebook post, Daddy DIY, where I get practical and doing different things. So these hands are very practical DIY wise. But turning 50 this year, it focuses the mind a little. Everybody's had our fair share of COVID times and trying to refocus the attention, but I think one thing that's been clear has been understanding who you are as you get older. You care less what other people think, and you understand who you are personally. I mean, as I said, I'm turning 50 this year, and I think one of the writing factors in my entire career, I think, yeah. I grew up with computers. It's always been computers. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a codey person. I don't sit and geek out on code or design websites or operate in C++, but I know how to work computers, and my job at the moment is probably where I'm now most comfortable being as an IT engineer. And I think being in and out of things, you learn what you're good at and what you're not good at, and you learn how to be comfortable in your own skin. So I think one of the things we need to learn from people is how to be comfortable with God, who God made you. God makes you a certain way. He molds you a certain way, decisions you take, paths you take, decisions you work with, travels you do, that kind of thing. It makes and develops you as a person, and you need to be comfortable in that skin and be happy with who you are, because it makes all the difference. I mean, many people will say, find something you love doing and go and get paid for it. There's no point in running yourself ragged, chasing this dream and chasing that dream, thinking it's going to be the be all and end all. You're going to earn this much money or do this you're going to have this kind of career path and stuff like that. If it's not for you, you'll never get there. One thing that we do need to do is learn how to be you and be the best version of you that you can be. Be comfortable in your skin, whether you're male, female, trans, whatever it is, whether it's a job as a cleaner or an entertainer, an actress, a police person, a nurse. Yeah, it's about being you, and as I said, about being the best version of you, because there is only one you. There's only one Stephen. It's been an illustrious career. There's been several threads running through intentional career changes. Some would say it's not been great for me not to be in IT all my life, but it's been there. I've had several jobs which have been more IT focused. But now, as I said, turning 50 this year, I'm now finally looking forward to a career which is pretty much more me. Also, I've been married for 23 years this year, since 1999 to Yvonne, and you grow in that as well, like anything. And I've grown to understand a bit more about me. My wife Yvonne, she's a physical touch and quality time person, so to love her is to spend time with her. To spend time with her and to be beside her, just stroking her hand, going to the movies, taking her out somewhere, going for a meal, all those kind of things. For me though, I've learned that I'm a server. My love language, how I give love, is as a server. I get joy from serving, and some of what I do as a job is that as well. But also I receive love by words of affirmation. And when you're turning into your 50s and learning, you learn to appreciate more about you. Yeah, as I said earlier, there's an element whereby as people, you need to be comfortable with you first and foremost. Learn to love you. God has made you a certain way, and He has put you in this earth to do a certain thing. So my advice from this sit down would be, figure out what it is you do, who you are, how you love, how you give love, how you receive love, and give yourself some of that love first and foremost, and then learn how to express that out in other ways. And in so doing, you will find your space and you will become the best version of you that you ever could be. And once you do that, a lot of other things fall into place and make life so much easier, so much happier. As I said, as a parent, I'm trying to teach my kids that at the moment, but that's the challenge for me personally, and I would say for you as well, is to find your space, be the best version of you in that space, and let God work through you in all of your circumstances. Let Him direct your paths, because in that you will achieve the best.